The biggest lie I believed for 25 years, that if I was good enough, life would stop hurting. Spoiler, it didn't. It just froze. Welcome to Psychological Sketches. I'm Sophie. Today we're bearing the word lazy. This is called good girl freeze, and it's an absolute epidemic. You know what's more exhausting than working 3 jobs? Being good. And I don't mean being kind or caring, I mean being convenient. The version of you that doesn't cause problems, ever. The one who smiles when there's a literal siren going off inside. The one who says, of course, no problem, when every single cell in your body is whispering, no, please God, no. And the worst part? You don't burn out beautifully. There's no dramatic resignation letter, no aesthetic Instagram story saying, I choose myself. You just freeze inside. On the outside, you're still the people pleaser of the year. Inside, it's completely empty. Like someone turned off the lights but forgot to close the shop. You're still serving tables, the machinery is moving, but you are just not there. That's the good girl freeze. We were taught this. And let's be honest, it wasn't manners, it was training. Your worth was equal to how little space you took up. Be nice, be helpful, don't be angry, don't be loud, don't need too much. And if you ever feel something inconvenient, like rage, grief, or a wild desire to live for yourself, swallow it. Fast. Wash it down with a customer service smile. And guess what? The nervous system remembers. It learns a very dangerous lesson. Authenticity equals danger. Or at least, mom will be upset. So when conflict hits, you don't fight and you don't run. You freeze, you smile, you accommodate. You literally disappear from your own life just so everyone else can stay comfortable. I was the undisputed champion of the good girls. The one you could always count on. The one who had no problems. The one who processed her existential dread alone at 3 a.m. so nobody else had to deal with the mess. It worked. Until it really didn't. In therapy, I learned a pretty nasty truth. Most of my anxiety was just suppressed anger. And my exhaustion was emotional debt. Every I'm fine was a high-interest loan I took from my own body. And one day the system said, that's it, bankrupt, accounts frozen. And here's the science bit that blew my mind. In neuroscience, there's a concept called reward prediction error. Turns out dopamine, our motivation chemical, doesn't just drop when you fail. It completely craters when your brain predicts that despite all your effort and good behavior, you're going to get absolutely nothing back. Just avoid. Your system looks at the math, realizes you're burning energy for zero return, and goes, why bother? Shutting down the power grid. This isn't laziness, it's dopamine bankruptcy from being convenient for too long. How do you know you're in it? Here is my personal checklist. First, you say yes to someone and then instantly hate everyone in the room, especially yourself. Second, you do all the right things, but inside it feels like an empty shopping mall at 3 a.m., just echoey and hollow. Third, you're building this quiet toxic resentment toward the very people you're bending over backwards for. Fourth, you've completely forgotten what you want, but you can recite a master's thesis on what your mom, your boss, and your friend's dog need right now. And finally, you're tired in a way that sleep cannot fix. This is soul tired, not body tired. If that sounds familiar, look at me. This is not a character defect. This is a brilliant survival strategy. Your system learned to keep you safe in environments where being your full, unfiltered self felt risky. That's not weakness. That's high-level intelligence. But the beautiful thing about nervous systems is that they can be reprogrammed. All right, how do we thaw this out without turning into an absolute supervillain? 3 tiny things. First off, catch the freeze before it swallows you. Your body always signals first. Chest tightening, brain turning into fog, a sudden desperate urge to people please even harder? Stop. Give it 3 seconds. Ask yourself, is this an actual yes from me? Or is the good girl just clocking in for her shift? Just noticing it is 50% of the soul. Second, start taking microdoses of rebellion. You don't have to burn your entire life down by Monday. Start ridiculously tiny. I can't take that on right now. I need a few minutes to think about it. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. Can we circle back to this later? The first 10 times you say this, it will feel like you just murdered a kitten. Your nervous system will scream, "Danger! They're going to stop loving us." But every single time you survive someone else's minor disappointment, you give your brain new data. I can be inconvenient and I will still be okay. You're rewriting the source code. And third, give yourself permission to be absolutely bad at being good. My favorite mantra. I literally say it out loud to myself in the morning. It's okay to be a little inconvenient today. It sounds silly, but it works like magic. You do not have to be the hero in everyone else's story. You are allowed to take up space in your own. And if you're deep in the freeze right now, if you feel totally numb or miles away from yourself, that's okay too. Don't force it. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is just tell your system, "Hey, it's safe. You can come back when you're ready." Warm tea, soft music, a hand on your own heart. A real conversation with someone who can handle the actual you, not the "I'm fine" hologram. The good girl freeze was never your enemy. It was a brilliant adaptation made by a little version of you who was just trying to survive. But you don't have to stay frozen to be loved anymore. You're allowed to want things. You're allowed to say no without a 47-paragraph essay explaining why. You're allowed to take up space, even if it makes someone else incredibly uncomfortable. You're allowed to stop selling your goodness in exchange for love. If this video found you in that quiet, empty, I don't even know what I want anymore place, I see you. You're not broken. You're just coming out of a very old survival pattern. And you get to write a new one. Drop a comment. Where in your life does the good girl freeze show up most? Is it work, family, relationships? Naming it out loud here is the very first crack in the ice. Thank you for being here, for letting these conversations be real. If this stuff helps you come home to yourself, stay. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's thaw out together. Be gentle with the parts of you that learned to disappear to keep you safe. They were doing their absolute best. I'll see you in the next video, and take care.